Real Estate Exam Questions with Answers and Explanations, Part Number 12. What is the main characteristic of a net lease in commercial real estate? A. The tenant pays only base rent. B. The landlord covers all expenses. C. The tenant pays rent plus some or all property expenses. D. The rent increases based on sales. Correct answer, C. The tenant pays rent plus some or all property expenses. In a net lease, the tenant may pay for taxes, insurance, and maintenance, in addition to base rent. For example, under a triple net lease, the tenant paid for property taxes, insurance, and upkeep. This means the tenant had additional responsibilities beyond rent. What does it mean if a buyer is pre-approved for a mortgage loan? A. They are guaranteed a loan regardless of property. B. Their credit and financials have been verified for a specific amount. C. They've only spoken with a lender. D. They've closed on the loan. Correct answer, B. Their credit and financials have been verified for a specific amount. Pre-approval means the lender has reviewed income, credit, and assets, offering a conditional loan amount. For example, she submitted pay stubs and bank statements to get pre-approved for a $300,000 loan. This means the lender assessed her finances and issued a letter. Which of the following terms refers to the sudden loss of land due to natural forces like fast-moving water? A. Accretion. B. Reliction. C. Avulsion. D. Erosion. Correct answer, C. Avulsion. Avulsion is the rapid loss or addition of land caused by natural events like floods or hurricanes. For example, a storm caused avulsion, washing away part of the riverbank overnight. This means the land was suddenly removed by water. Which party typically records the deed after a real estate closing? A. The buyer. B. The escrow officer or closing agent. C. The real estate agent. D. The title insurance company. Correct answer, B. The escrow officer or closing agent. After closing, the escrow or title agent usually ensures the deed is recorded with the county recorder. For example, after signing, the closing agent took the deed to be officially recorded. This means the property transfer was legally documented. What does hypothecation mean in a mortgage context? A. Selling the note to a new lender. B. Using property as collateral without giving up possession. C. Foreclosing on the property. D. Refinancing with a better rate. Correct answer B. Using property as collateral without giving up possession. Hypothecation allows a borrower to pledge their property as security for a loan while still living in or using it. For example, the homeowner hypothecated the property for a home equity loan. This means the home was used as loan collateral without transferring ownership. What is typically found in a property's chain of title? A. Current market value. B. History of owners and recorded transfers. C. Tax assessment history. D. Inspection results. Correct answer, B. History of owners and recorded transfers. The chain of title shows the complete recorded history of property ownership, helping ensure a clean title. For example, the title company found a gap in the chain of title that needed correction before closing. This means a previous ownership record was missing or unclear. When is the right of rescission applicable under the Truth in Lending Act, TILA? A. Only for purchase loans. B. When refinancing a primary residence. C. When buying investment property. D. On any real estate transaction. Correct answer, B. When refinancing a primary residence. Under TILA, borrowers can cancel a refinance of their principal home within 3 business days. For example, she exercised her right of rescission 2 days after signing the refinance documents. This means she canceled the deal within the allowed time frame. What is a lease pendens? A completed foreclosure sale. B. A public notice of pending legal action involving property. C. A lien placed after court judgment. D. A short-term lease. Correct answer, B. A public notice of pending legal action involving property. A lease pendens informs potential buyers or lenders that the property is subject to a lawsuit, often affecting ownership. For example, a lease pendens was filed when the heirs disputed the will involving the home. This means the property is involved in a court case. If a real estate licensee mixes a client's deposit with personal funds, this is an example of what? A. Conversion. B. Commingling. C. Misrepresentation. D. Escrow. Correct answer, B. Commingling. Commingling is the improper mixing of client funds with personal or business funds and is illegal in real estate practice. For example, the broker faced penalties for commingling trust funds with the office account. This means the broker handled client money improperly. What is the main function of title insurance? A. To ensure the seller gets paid. B. To protect the lender or buyer from title defects or claims. C. To provide home repair coverage. D. To reduce loan interest rates. Correct answer, B. To protect the lender or buyer from title defects or claims. Title insurance protects against losses due to unknown title issues, like unpaid liens or ownership disputes. For example, the buyer's title insurance covered a surprise lien found after closing. This means the insurance protected against financial loss related to title problems.